Good morning. How's everybody? I'm going to ask some of you, I know how to do it, to check out our Facebook page for us while we're online. And this morning is a very special morning. We have Deidrey Francois, all the way from Canada. I think it's quite cold up there, but she is joining us this morning in just a few minutes. Before we get to Deidrey, because she is just the whole morning for us, I'd like us to breathe in through the nose and be aware of that beautiful breath and out through the mouth. And let us relax into ourselves, into our true nature. With another breath together, breathing in and out, we breathe. Yes. And now I'd like us to just join together in prayer, turning our awareness inward, holding our hearts in a space of love and light and true beingness. Inviting a sense of gratitude and thanksgiving for this day, however it plays out, for all of our friends coming together today to know more about their true nature, find tools and ways of living that full and prosperous and abundant life within and without. We hold in our hands all those who are experiencing any kind of suffering or illness or cold or challenges with the cold or the COVID. We hold them in our open heart and know that when we are in and established in our true nature, all is truly well. And once again, we invite that sense of gratitude and thanksgiving as we open our eyes, open our hearts, and say thank you. And so it is. And I am going to find Deidrey on my screen here and invite, whoops, wrong one. Let me try that again. Okay, I believe you're ready, Deidrey. Wait, let me see. I think so.
Yes.
Yes, you are. Okay, take it away.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you, Reverend. And thank you so much for just allowing me to be here in this beautiful space with all of you. I'm so grateful. And as usual, I love it when you participate. So please sing along if you are able. Join in every way that you can. Get up and dance if you feel like it. Whatever it is that you choose, let yourself do it. Okay, let us begin. Hello, Unity family. I am so grateful that we are here together. We get to spend this time together. My name is Deidrey Francois. Yes! Let us start by singing this song, I Belong Here. And I love it when you sing along with me, so please do. Oh, yes, come on now. Yes, yes, yes. I belong here. We'll do that again. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I belong here, right now. I belong here. That's it. No matter my lifestyle, no matter my past, whatever I've been through, no one's here to judge you. Oh, 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 yes, come on now. Yes, yes, yes. I belong here. Come on, let's do that again. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I belong here, right silent, supported, or inspired, whether it's for healing or sharing in the love. We are welcome, we are welcome, we belong here. Whether to be silent, supported, whether to be silent, supported, or inspired, whether it's for healing or sharing in the love. We are welcome, we are welcome, we belong here. Let's do, oh yes, I belong here. Oh yes, come on now. Yes, 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 I belong here. Come on, let's do that again. Oh yes, 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 I belong here. Right here, right now, I belong here. Oh yes, right here, right now. Yes, indeed, we belong here at this time in this place together. I am so grateful. I like to start with my intention statement because it just helps to ground me. It is my intent to share my gift of song, my love and my passion to honor and to serve spirit. Let it reach whomever it is meant for, however it is meant to, in humility, grace, love, and light. And know that all I offer is me, as I am learning and growing right alongside you. Up, and away. In the first quarter of the year, most of us are in this space of dreaming, right? We're dreaming how we can make the year better than the one before. We're mapping out plans. We have vision boards, stamping resolutions on our foreheads, right? In the hopes that we're going to finally attract the good that we dream of for ourselves. Then we, in the beginning of the year, we do the ceremony of release that help us to make room. Then we do white stone that helps us to create a vision of expectancy. But you know what? After all that, follow through is often challenging, isn't it? It's challenging. My dad and I were discussing why some folks are able to accomplish so much. They appear to have no fear. They seem as if they were just born with this detailed roadmap for success. And some of us, oh, well, not so much, right? We just can't seem to get going, and when we do, we struggle to create momentum. I mean, how many of us have started, how many, hands up, have just started things so many times, right? And just not quite made it to the next phase, right? We give up, we settle for less. Sometimes we find ourselves a few weeks or months, even years later, I can't even remember when we stopped focusing on that vision or that name on the stone. I remember when I was doing my real estate exams and stuff like that, I would be sitting at the table and suddenly find myself in the kitchen and be like, how in the world did I get there? What am I doing here? Even though we have this epiphany about something, the I'm so tired of being tired moment that drives us to change, we still don't follow through sometimes. But you know what? It is obviously clear that desire is here. The desire is there. So why is it so difficult for us to start things even when our health or our lives depend on it? What's keeping us pinned to the ground instead of shaking up, getting up, shaking things up and forging a way into the life we deserve? Well, I believe that the answer lies in complacency. Not in a lack of desire, obviously, not in a lack of ambition or resources. And yes, fear can trigger complacency or keep us stuck there sometimes, right? Complacency is a feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with one's self or one's achievements, right? Satisfaction for how things are with no inclination to change or improve ourselves or any situation. It's laxness, masking as safety, wrapped up in comfort, and it is a contagion that spreads to every area of our lives, every area. I don't know which way I'm heading. It seems I'm lost again. I thought I knew just a moment ago, but now I'm playing so many roles, putting on a grand show. I've gotten so good at procrastinating. Excuses come easy, it seems. As my dreams threaten to stifle me, why am I so afraid? I thought this was exactly what I wanted. I need to take some time. I gotta stop praying. Do I fight or change my ways? Avoiding my problems puts my body in pain. Won't you show me the way? Oh Lord, show me the way. Perhaps you can't relate to complacency, but I definitely am complacent in several areas of my life. Complacency can be physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, yes. Let's talk about physical complacency. I mean, how many of us, hands up, have ever eaten things that do not agree with our body? Right? How many of us are, for example, I mean, I know for a lot of times, like lactose intolerance, do we still eat cheese? Yes. Please bring it on, you know? How many of us are overweight but don't exercise? Undernourished but don't stick with a plan? Achy, stiff, and unfit with muscles that are chronically underused? Well, I can tell you, I decided to go looking for maybe some Bible verses that might have a little bit of something to share on complacency, and I found a few. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 32 says, "For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them." Nothing gets better by turning a blind eye or a deaf ear. Physical complacency is a petri dish for disease. It fools us into accepting or tolerating behaviors that block our good. You know, I suffered from chronic pain, which forced me to walk with a cane for about 12 years. And I gotta tell you, it took me 3 years of very diligent, persistent effort and dietary changes to allow me to be eventually well enough to do Tina Turner tribute shows, yes, with the wig and high heels, no doubt. Oh yeah. And I maintained that for like 5 years. I was on top of my game. And enter COVID. Wham! Right? 2 years of complacency. And I must say that I definitely had this sort of like this whatever attitude towards my health through COVID, which, guess what? It set me back 8 years. 8 years. Where now pain is an everyday struggle. You know, it's easy to make excuses and rationalize that certain behaviors aren't hurting us. It's easy in the moment, right? When you want that piece of cheesecake or whatever it is and you know you're lactose intolerant. But complacency is a silent enemy, and it whispers, stay in bed, just have it anyway. It's okay. You know, it's okay. Don't improve yourself. You know, what you don't know can't hurt you. We all know that phrase, right? Ignore the pain. Don't change. Why bother? It helps us make excuses, you know? Come on, everybody puts on weight. Plus, no one sees us naked anyway. And by the way, macaroni and cheese is comfort food, right? But we must never be so comfortable physically that we stop improving ourselves. We need to get up, shake it up, and walk away to our good. This is a beautiful song by Eddie Watkins. Every morning, the light keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. And every day, I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. What I was taught and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start anew. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that had led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the less than that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Being emotionally complacent is disregarding personal integrity. Disregarding personal integrity. Settling into a comfortable rut and never acknowledging our own power. It is playing the victim to life. And in an article on the psychology of complacency, Dr. Hurd says, the fact that you feel like a victim of some unnamed, unidentified cause creates a sense that life is futile and the pursuit of happiness and goals and values is pointless. Let me start that again. The fact that you feel like a victim of some unnamed, unidentified cause creates a sense that life is futile and the pursuit of happiness, goals, and values is pointless. And over time, yes, over time, it leads to depression. Mentally and emotionally, complacency is the comfortable plateau that stops all flow. We become detached from our lives, just sort of existing, you know? It's a thing that tells you, stop trying. Stop trying when you know you still have more in you to give. It's a thing that tells you to stop learning. It's a thing that allows you to stay in a job that dulls your spark or in a relationship that no longer has a spark. Another Bible verse, Proverbs 13:4 says, the soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied. Complacency manifests as this sort of, what's the point? You know, it's sort of the what's the point attitude. What's the point of doing this or learning this or trying that? It tells us that we can leave yet another thing undone for another year, another day, another month. It manifests as binge watching Netflix instead of dreaming, planning, and staying the course. It manifests as a lack of motivation, procrastination, indifference, and self-sabotage and victimhood. Yes, the desire. I love this line, which I created myself. Desire without diligence is fruitless. Desire without diligence is fruitless. I love the line in this next song, and it says, we are made, we are not born. It's just a Luba song, Let It Go. So if you have a desire, get up. Shake it up mentally and emotionally, right? Shake it up. And consciously make a way to your unlimited good by first letting go of the comfortable rut. Let it go, let it go, let it free your body, let it move your soul. Let it go, oh no, we are made, we are not born. Let it go, let it free your body, let it move your soul. Let it go, no, we are made, we are not born. Learn to convert, learn to assert, learn to abandon ideologies and disciplines at random. Lay down your laws, lay down your rules, lay down commandments. Live the sanctions that create this autumn sadness. Let it go, let it go, let it free your body, let it move your soul. Let it go, oh no, we are made, we are not born. Let it go, let it free your body, let it move your soul. Let it go, oh no, we are made, we are not born. Merriam-Webster defines complacency as self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers. Our silent enemy is telling us that we want what we have when we clearly are not thriving. We're just existing. Complacency tells us that we want what we have when we clearly are not thriving and just surviving. It tells us that just okay is great. Go on, settle for less than you deserve. It's kind of like being on a canoe, you know, drifting away from shore into the open sea, and then looking out, looking at your paddles, your oars, and saying, oh, whatever. Right? Complacency, it just seems less comforting. You don't have to work as much, right? Less worry, less stress on the surface. But you know what? Just like that boat, that canoe drifting away, it only serves to get us further and further away from our good. And we look upon our lives years later and think, oh my gosh, I am so unfulfilled. Benjamin E. Mays says the tragedy of life is often not in our failure, but rather in our complacency. Not in doing too much, but rather in doing too little. Not in living above our ability, but rather in living below our capabilities. Now, has anyone ever seen, hands up if you've ever seen the movie Into the Wild, or maybe even read the book Into the Wild? It's a story, it's a true story, based on this young man who sells all of his things and he leaves his family to live in integrity with himself by going on an adventure. And it's an adventure, yes, that eventually cost him his life. But you know what? The journey saved him. The journey. We forget sometimes that life isn't about the destination, but rather than the journey and the process. John Cracker, the author, says, so many people live within unhappy circumstances and yet will not take the initiative to change their situation because they are conditioned to a life of security, conformity, and conservatism, all of which may appear to give us peace of mind. But in reality, nothing is more dangerous to the adventurous spirit within man than a secure future. The very basic core of a man's living spirit is his passion for adventure. The joy of life comes from our encounters with new experiences, and hence there is no greater joy than to have an endlessly changing horizon, for each day to have a new and different sun. A new and different sun. Isn't that beautiful? I love reading that because I just thought it was just so poignant, so poignant. We all know this one. born free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows, born free to follow your heart. Live free as beauty surrounds you. The world still astounds you each time you look at a star. Stay free when no walls divide you. You're free as the roaring tide. There's no need to hide. Born free, and life is worth living, but only worth living because you born free. Born free. Spiritual complacency. Spiritual complacency can show up as a lukewarm spiritual life, a dabbler, encompassing all yet believing in none. You know, it's really easy to fall prey to spiritual complacency because there's no one yelling at us when we don't pray or improve our spiritual life, right? Being in an inclusive community such as this, well, we include all no matter what church group or spiritual belief they practice, but inclusivity does not mean that what we believe needs to be diluted nor denied. We may not like the philosophy of fundamentalist Christians, but one thing we cannot fault them on is their conviction and dedication to their beliefs. They are very clear on their beliefs, right? Revelations 3:15-16 says, I know your works. You are neither cold nor hot. So, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew you from my mouth. From my understanding and my non-minister, any of that understanding, what that tells me is, spiritually, we cannot be lax in our faith. You know, it's really easy to be comfortable with repetition and rituals, but we must never become so comfortable that we stop working on elevating ourselves spiritually. We must exercise diligence towards truth principles, dedication to spiritual laws and spiritual practices like prayer and meditation, walking the talk and living the walk by activating the 12 powers that we know. We have been taught that we possess them. We know we have them. We cannot dabble in them. Just because you don't kill a house centipede does not make you a Buddhist. Do you know what I mean? We can't dabble. We gotta go all in. It's not just knowing what we choose to believe in, but living our faith consciously every day. And God knows I personally can learn a whole lot more in order to walk my talk. In unity, it means being thirsty for knowledge, learning and applying the teachings. It means serving and consciously shining our light in whatever way that Spirit calls. It means claiming our divinity in, as, and through us, igniting that passion for our spiritual lives the same way we get so passionate and excited about a new relationship, right? It means using denials and affirmations, being cold or hot about what we believe in, not lukewarm or wishy-washy. I want to share something. I want to share the 5 principles, the 5 foundational principles. You know, the very first time I ever saw them expressed in this way was Crystal Coast Unity. And I just love them. So I would love it if we would recite the 5 foundational principles together. God, absolute good and unconditional love, is the one constant presence and power in our lives and in the world. The gift of this principle is faith. All human beings are made in the image of God, and so our core essence is also goodness and love. The gift of this principle is self-esteem. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking and feeling. Everything we manifest begins with a thought. The gift of this principle is personal power. Affirmative prayer and meditation heighten our connection with God-mind and bring forth wisdom, healing, and abundance. The gift of this principle is guidance. Knowledge of these principles is not enough. We must put them into practice and live the truth we know. The gift of this principle is integrity. Trusting in the wisdom of the still water, still water. Trusting in the wisdom of the still water running deep. Still water, running deep, deep in me. Fill my vessel, flood my soul. Infinite wisdom, pure and whole. Still water, running deep. Trusting in the flow of the still water. Still water, trusting in the flow of the still water running deep. Still water, running deep, deep in me. Fill my vessel, flood my soul. Infinite wisdom, pure and whole. Still water running deep. Living from the center. Living from the center of the still water. Still water. Loving from the center of the still water running deep. Still water. Still water, running deep, deep in me. Fill my vessel, flood my soul. Infinite wisdom, pure and whole. Still water, running deep. And I want your help with this one. Dancing in the living, breathing, still water. Let's do it again. Still water. Dancing in the living, breathing, still water running deep. Still water, running deep, deep in me. Fill my vessel, flood my soul. Infinite wisdom, pure and whole. Still water running deep. Still water running deep. Still water running deep. Still water running deep. Can you imagine that within you? Still water, running deep, deep in me. Fill my vessel, flood my soul. Infinite wisdom, pure and whole. Still water running deep. Still water running deep. Still water running deep within us. You know, one thing I want to drive home is that complacency is compounding. My 2 years of complacency may look like a small number in the whole extent of my life, but you know what? That 2 years of complacency equals an 8-year setback. 2 years equals an 8-year setback. Complacency in marriage or relationships can sometimes render a relationship so disconnected it cannot be saved. Complacency at work can thin our chances for future employment as we don't improve our skills. We don't keep our skills up to date. How many years have you been complacent about something? Are you aware of the true cost? One thing I've learned about complacency is that if we allow it in one area, just one, it is highly contagious. And by allowing it, it spreads to other areas of our lives, and it is taught to our kids, our grandkids, and every single person that interacts with us receives a lesson on how to be complacent with every interaction. But there's good news, huh? There's good news. So now that we are aware, what can we do about it? Yeah, what can we do about it? Well, it's about shifting our focus from indifference and laxness, to internal responsibility, right? Remembering and using those foundational principles can help us with our shift of focus from indifference and laxness to internal responsibility, from victimhood to internal empowerment, from depression to curiosity and expression, from stagnancy to a continuous desire to learn, and from futility to unlimited possibility. It's focusing on the process and the journey, not on the outcome, not on when you'll get there and all of that stuff, because when we reach the outcome and regain that satisfied, comfortable feeling, we can so easily fall prey to complacency again. The second thing that we can do, besides just shifting our focus, our attention, where we place our attention is what we manifest in our lives. So it's important for us to be very conscious and aware of that. The second thing is to encourage relationships within our circles that keep us in integrity and lets us know when we are settling for less than who we are, less than who and what we are, right? In each category, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, the third suggestion that I have is to have a weekly complacency check-in, with asking questions like, what have I tolerated or settled for this week? What am I accepting or ignoring that does not serve me this week? What have I been curious about this week? What new thing have I learned this week? You know, curiosity, I'm telling you, is not what killed the cat. It was complacency. And the fourth, look for meaning. Just like that young man who set forth, to really just create meaning in his life and to really live his life in integrity. Look for meaning. Set a life mantra and a life intention that keeps us focused on doing and giving our very best, right? In order to live our lives in integrity and with our focus on our highest potential and unlimited good. You can also set weekly or daily intentions too. But set a life intention that is just that you see it every day. And then, of course, the last one, just like that fifth principle, action. Action, action, action. Oh my gosh, I wish that I could just sort of have that like pasted on my forehead, because I need to know this one more than anyone. Action is the most important because nothing else works without it. It is the practice that dissolves physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual complacency. Do something and do it now. If we don't paddle our canoes towards the shore, we will drift away forever. 1 Corinthians 9:24-27 says, do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one receives the prize? So run, that you may obtain it. So my darlings, lace up, get on your marks, get set, and go to your good. I am free. I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free. I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free. I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free. I am unlimited. Right now, right now. Let us prepare for a time in the silence. You are free. You are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free. You are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free. We are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free. We are unlimited. Right now. Right now. Take a few deep cleansing breaths, would you? Focusing on a part of your life that you may feel you have become complacent in. Breathe deeply and forgive yourself. The truth is, complacency always feels like the right thing when we are trying to avoid pain, struggle, or discomfort. Forgive yourself. Say, I forgive myself. Wrap that complacent part of your life in love and watch it rise from the palm of your hands in a soft, healing pink light. Watch it go up, 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 and away towards the sun, burning in a glorious spectacle, sending colorful, loving sparks down to you. And as each spark touches your skin, a gentle heat begins to rise within you, filling you up from the tip of your toes to the bottom of your feet, all the way up to the top of your head, awakening a zest for life like you have never felt before. Oh, it is energizing. Oh, it is uplifting, and you lift your shoulders, you straighten your spine, your neck, and your head, and you let out an audible sigh. It feels so good. Let's do that again. It feels so good. And as you return to this space and time, let my words be yours. Thank you, Spirit, for the reminder to realign to my good. Thank you for the truth and this new passion that burns through all excuses to finally acknowledge my own power and responsibility to a life, a full life. And I use this fire within to shift my focus from complacency to purpose, passion, and diligence. I choose an intentioned life. I choose this fire to remain vigilant in my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual life. And I choose to get up. I choose to get up. And with this fire that burns within my veins, With this fire, I breathe divine life into my being and affairs. I am indeed free and unlimited, and I say, thank you, God. Hello, life. Here I come. I am spirit-filled, renewed, and rebuilt. I've got a song in my heart. With joy I dance my part. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine. I've got a smile on my face, and I'm ready to face the world. Everybody, here I come. Come on, you can sing that part with me. Here I come. Here I come. Come on, let's do that again one more time. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. All right. I am harmonized, upgraded, and revised. I've got love in my heart and the courage to start. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine, gratitude and grace, and I'm ready to face the world. Everybody, here I come. That's it. Come on, sing it with me. Here I come. Come on, let's sing it again. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. Here I come. I'm ready. If you're ready, say I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Here I come. Come on now. Woo! I'm ready. Here I come. That's it. Oh yes, here I come. Well, I sure hope that you got something out of all of this. I hope that it reached and touched you wherever it needed to and however it was meant to. Remember, my darlings, you are loved. You are greatly loved and appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Namaste.
I just have to say, wow. I have been dancing. I have been crying. I have been smiling. I've been laughing. What about the rest of y'all? Woo. Oh, how do you feel, Deidrey?
Uh, all of these things.
Uh,
And grateful, just really grateful.
oh, yeah, Kathy Marti. Wow. Great music. I'm ready. So do y'all know how to put your thumbs up or your hearts on there if you're ready? I felt like there was one point, it was an altar call to my true self and my true nature. And just, I love that. The thought about complacency, it's brand new. I mean, I know the word, but the way you brought it forth for me. So everybody, if you want to put in your chat box, it is open wide. My dog is even back there making some noise about the whole experience. Thank you, Deidrey. I'm probably going to cry again. You touched something that was complacent and is ready to move and be. So I'm grateful. Thank you. Brandon was dancing too. Lucy got up and did a little bit with me when I was dancing. So thank you again. Any closing words, Deidrey, before we move on to the next part?
Just wanting to share that we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. And the only thing that we can do is just really, when one of us falls by the wayside and maybe can't see the truth in front of us, just to reach out and, help each other. Let's pick each other up so we can sort of move past that, move through that together.
Yes. Yes. And we are the community that can do that. So thank you again. Woo, let's take all of that in our hearts. And now I love that, remembering the joy of the journey, more important than the outcome. That's fantastic. And all right, kind of bring all that within here. And we're going to take time now for our prayers. And I'm just going to share one of my songs while we type in the chat box any names that you would like for our prayer team. Hang on a second here while I get it all together. I get so excited with these people. Type in your prayer.
Breathing in to the wisdom of love, my way is clear, my way is clear. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, my way is peace, my way is peace. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, I walk with you, you walk with me. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, my way is clear, my way is clear. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, my way is peace, my way is peace. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, I walk with you, you walk with me. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, my way is clear, my way is clear. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, my way is peace, my way is peace. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, I walk with you, you walk with me. Breathing in to the wisdom of love, our way is clear, our way is clear.
I think that went well with holding each other up, breathing in, I walk with you, you walk with me. And those prayers will be held in prayer for a month for our prayer team, and then another month from Silent Unity. All right, I want to now share my screen because it is time. Oh dear, I didn't have it ready. That's okay. We can fix that. It is time for our offertory, and before we say the blessing, just remember we have a Venmo account that you can use. I just heard the cha-ching a moment ago, and I thank you for that. We have a PayPal account you can find on our website or on our weekly e-news. You can even, I think you can find it on Facebook, and then you can mail us a check. And when you do that, you are supporting Unity of Fayetteville and all that we do, and things like today. So thank you in advance. Let's say our offertory blessing together. This, whatever it is you have to give, is the bounty of God. We send it forth to do its good works, blessed with wisdom, love, and joy. Thank you for that. And next week, we will be doing Zoom and Facebook Live again next week. We have Bonnie O'Boyle is doing our message, and I'm doing the music. I'm excited to see Bonnie with us next week. And today, how many of you are so excited because it is our annual membership meeting? And you have the information that our Madam President Chrissy Black has sent to you. If you have that with you today, that would be helpful. But also, I'm asking you to bring pen and paper just in case you may want to write down some things you want to discuss. And we will start the meeting. We're going to take a 15-minute break. I know Chrissy said 10, but I decided we need more than that. So, or maybe I need more than that. When we're through with our visiting afterward, just know that it'll be about 15 minutes. Stay on your Zoom, but just stop the video and then just get back on when we're ready for the meeting. Rosary Bay has a course she is offering, and this starts February 9th. And you see down at the bottom her contact information, and that's supposed to be 479. Forgot to change that, but be sure and contact her by phone, 479-715-2092. This is a great way to really step into your own self with all the things that Deidrey talked about today. Our unit kids are, we're not sure yet about that. We'll keep you updated through constant contact when we know how we're going to come together. Hopefully, when the hospitalizations come down, when they come down, we will be able to meet in person again, and we'll discuss that today in our meeting. Again, we don't know about Sisters in Spirit. We'll let you know. My guess is that it will not meet in February, but get your weekly e-news so you will know. Remember also for our non-perishable food items, you need to leave the donations in the little box there. And if it's too much, certainly contact me or Rosa Roubaix to meet you there. And we have a lot still in our inside pantry, but please leave donations in our little free pantry. All right, we're going to do our closing prayer and then our closing song. This prayer goes out to ourselves, to all those together here, and to all beings beyond, as we say together, the light of God surrounds us. We are light. The love of God enfolds us. We are love. The power of God protects us. We are power. The presence of God watches over us. We are presence. Wherever we are, God is. We are divine. All right, hang on while we get our closing song. And I hope you will sing along. Take me a minute to find it. It's here somewhere. Click to exit. All right, hang on. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Oh my goodness gracious. Let us say goodbye to our Facebook friends, and we are so glad to have you there today. And I hope your day is wonderful wherever you are, and letting go of that complacency and ready to live. All right. There will be our friend who speaks up for just a moment.